Last week witnessed an unprecedented turn of events in the US stock market involving two of the world's richest companies, Amazon.com and Meta platforms. While the former saw the biggest single-day gain, the latter saw the biggest single-day loss in US stock history. Following Meta's stock rout, which robbed the company of more than $250 billion in market value, Amazon closed the week with its biggest single-day gain of $191 billion as the stock rallied 14%, its biggest daily value surge. Amazon's record-breaking feat comes a day after reporting its robust fourth-quarter earnings. Amazon's gains surpassed another tech giant, Apple's single-day jump of $179 billion after its earnings report. After the dramatic developments, investors moved quickly to draw distinctions about the prospects of growth stocks as they re-evaluated the impact of higher interest rates on shares. Seattle-based Amazon reported strong sales in its cloud business and raised the subscription fee for Prime membership. The impact of increasing logistics cost on profit had earlier overshadowed sales forecasts. The results showed the company could control labor and supply costs better. The company's net sales increased by 9% to $137.4 billion year-on-year in the quarter, and the net income doubled to $14.3 billion from a year earlier, aided by a pre-tax gain from its Rivian stake. It also saw strong growth in its advertising businesses. Amazon's shares had declined by 7.8%, its worst day since March 2020, a day after Meta Inc. stock nosedived, raising concerns about the performance of the broader tech industry. Amazon is the fourth biggest company in the US by market value after Apple, Microsoft, and Alphabet, jointly valued at around $1.6 trillion. Meta is in the number 7 spot even after its recent decline. Both Meta platforms and Amazon.com stocks have risen so fast in recent years that any major changes can rattle the broader market. However, most observers are optimistic about Meta's recovery because of its product strength, big investments in projects, and skills to navigate from a crisis. So what do you think? You can comment below, and you can also share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also press the bell icon to get notifications for our latest videos. I'm Rachel for kalkinemedia.